Welcome to the channel. Came by to visit my attached aunt with my cousin. It's going to be a birthday, and anyways, my cousin had his kids over. The oldest is about 6 years old, and his little story, and it's true. I don't care if you believe it or not. Anyways, came out to see me. You know, before they left. You know, and they're asking, you know, yeah, blah blah blah. You know, your car. And they're looking at the car. It's a mess. And I told them, yeah, well, welcome to my house. This is where I live. And she kind of looked at me like, well, you live here? I'm like, yeah, I live out of my car. And she says, well, don't you have a house? I go, I used to have one. I sold it. No, I understand. They don't comprehend. She's young. She's, you know, about 6. You know, at that age, of course, you're not going to comprehend. Did it make me feel like crap? Yeah, it made me feel like crap. But at the end of the day, I understand. I'm turning down the seat because whatever. No, I turn off the radio. I don't want to get a strike against me. Anyways, it made me feel like crap. But my story is, you got to teach your kids not to prejudge. People are so quick to prejudge. I was taught at a very young age from my mom, because I lost my father when I was turning 6. I was 5 actually. I was turning 6 when he passed away. That's another story. Anyways, I was taught not to prejudge. I went to high school also, which kids had special needs. They're in the wheelchairs, they have their problems, and I was taught from my teachers not to prejudge a book by its cover. Okay, that's where I learned not to do that. You don't know my story, I don't know your story. Okay? The thing is, I blame the parents for not teaching the kids at a very young age. Society is so quick to prejudge nowadays. Even back then, now it's worse so. I think. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not a psychologist. You know, I'm not a parent. I don't know. All I know, if I had kids, the way I would raise them. Have respect for your neighbors, for humanity, for humans. Okay? That's the way I would raise them. I have my beliefs. You have your beliefs. I respect that. We're all different. We're not all made from this same cloth. But it did make me feel like crap. Now, like I said, who do I blame? Parents. My cousin and his wife. Okay. His wife is, you know, nothing against other races, because I don't pull that way. But it's the way you're raised. She's Oriental. I don't know her background. She has no mine. Okay? And if you're going to be quick to prejudge someone, that's wrong. Never fool yourself. I'm going to be talking about me. I know more than I let on in construction. Don't fool yourself. Just because I'm called Sparky, I call myself a Sparky. Don't fool yourself. I know more than you think I know. Don't fool yourself. Okay? I've done a lot of stuff in my past, in work history. Okay? Don't fool yourself. Anyways, I'm rambling. My story is, don't prejudge. My teachers taught me in high school not to prejudge, and I learned that from a very young age. Don't prejudge. You don't know the person's history. Period. Okay? I had a cousin at a very young age that wasn't able to walk, speak, or communicate. He had a common disease. I had an uncle, the one that passed, called my second cousin Momo in Spanish, which is not right. He was prejudging. That's not right. But anyways, I'll let it go. I'm pissed at my cousin, the way he's raising his kids. And it's probably not even him, it's probably his wife. But it takes two to tango. But anyways, God bless. Be kind to each other and respect on this channel. Period.